Welcome Diecast fans, I'm Tom Spanners Watson.
And I'm Frankie Guru Gibbs.
Welcome to the Group A Modified Possum Farm Hill Climb competition.
That's right, this week it is all modifieds. These cars are absolutely stunning and I'm expecting them to run exceedingly quick on this track. They'll be trying to lay down a faster time than the flat 11 run by Chips McGee in the Group E.
Okay, the rules. This time around the drivers are only getting one run each. Fastest overall time by the end of the night will win a bonus point that they can start the competition with next time.
Let's take a look at the drivers in the Group A.
Crazy Canuck for the A team in the Lancia Delta Integrale. Rubber Toe for Monster Motorsport in the Audi Quattro Sport. Mike Mays for RTR Diecast Racing League in the Subaru WRX. Or Then Sung for PWC Racing in the Lancia Delta Integrale. Beavis and Butthead for Widowmaker Run in the Ford Focus RS. The Jimmer for Roscoe Rush in the Ford Fiesta. Daddy G for G4 Diecast in the Audi Quattro Sport. Big L for Big L's Customs Diecast in the Subaru WRX. D Darrell for Beaverworks Diecast Racing in the Audi Sport Quattro. Kit Kayan for Gen X Vintage Racing in the Ford Escort Rally. Dalvis Jenkins Jr. for Commotion Diecast in the Subaru WRX. Harwood for Makers Box Motors in the Audi Sport Quattro. Vindictive for Black Diamond Racing in the Honda Civic Type R. Sean Cook for Rustin Run in the Ford Focus. The Pool Guy for Dogtown Racing in the Lancia Delta Integrale. And finally Arlo for Arlo Racing in the Audi Quattro Sport.
Some beautiful looking cars, but it's time to test them on the track.
First in the gate we've got Crazy Canuck, the 18. And he blazes up the hill, sets a 3.47 split time. That is a fast time so far. Can he take it all the way to the end of the track?
Well, he's giving it the beans.
Oh, a sub 11 second with a 10.57.
Yeah, that is an absolutely great start. I wasn't expecting him to hit a sub 11 out of the gate, but that is brilliant.
All right, next up we've got Rubber Toe. Up to the top of the hill, a little bit slower at a 3.97, but still a sub 4 second split time. Races down to the finish. Oh, it's close. A 10.77.
Wow, that was really close to that 10.57. He did a great job on the way down, but unfortunately he's just a fraction slower on the way up. That cost him the time.
Now we got Mike Mays in the Subaru WRX. Up to the top of the hill, 3.67, looking good so far with the split time. Oh, he slows down a little bit through that forest, into the elbow, down to the finish line. Still picks up a sub 11 time at 10.97.
Yeah, Mike will be disappointed with that. He was looking quick on the way up, but just lost a little bit on the way down.
Okay, Then Sung up to the top in a 3.67, just like Mike, but he's looking a little bit faster through the forestry.
He's got a chance to beat Mays.
Into the elbow, racing down to the finish. Oh, 10.83.
Yeah, another one. He just lost a little bit of speed in that second half of the course. Just picks up third place, pushes Mike into fourth.
Beavis and Butthead now for Widowmaker Run in the Ford Focus. The only two-person team in the competition. 3.73, not a bad time, but they are quick through the forestry section.
These boys are flying.
Racing down to the finish. Oh, 10.6. Only 0.03 of a second slower.
Well, that was a great run from Beavis and Butthead. They were nailing it there, setting themselves up as a team to watch.
Right, the Jimmer takes on the hill climb now. Up to the top of the track, a 3.6 split time as he heads into the forestry. Looking good, slowed down a little bit there, still pushing towards a finish at 10.83.
Jimmer had quite a good run overall and a lot more controlled in that modified Fiesta rather than the Group N stock version. But he's now fourth equal with Mike Mays.
Okay, Daddy G takes on the hill climb. Through the U-bend, up to the hairpin, into the forestry now. Goes behind the mountain, into the elbow. He's going to be off pace here. Oh, our first over 11 second time, 11.47.
Yeah, Daddy G will be disappointed with that one, but let's just have a look at the Granny's Muffins replay on this finish straight here. Look at this. He went into the transition so hot, he bounced off that side rail, almost went completely off track, but managed to get it back under control, pedalled the car very nicely and posted the time, but it does put him down in 7th place so far.
Now it's Big L for Big L's Customs.
It's a sweet looking car, let's see if it's quick as well.
Shoots up the hill at a 3.6 and he is looking fast through the forestry, a nice drift into the elbow, running down to the finish, and he does it, a sub 10 second time.
Wow, that is incredible. I didn't think we'd see anyone go sub 10 seconds. Look at this, he just gave it the beans going up the hill, but it really came down to his line as he went into the forestry. Look at this drift around that last corner, that set him up perfectly.
Well, that is a stunning bit of driving. He just gives it the gas right at the right time there. then gets around that elbow and down to the finish.
Yeah, that was an absolutely superb drive, and that's what we've been talking about all the time. It's that forestry section that's technical, you've got to get your line right, and that is how you do it.
Big Al setting the new benchmark as D. Darrell for Beaverworks gets underway. At 3.4, that is a fast split time. A little bit slower through the forestry section. He picks it up again. A 10.5, that is still a very respectable time.
Yeah, he's off pace of the leader, but he does move into second place. And you see there as he went through the transition, he got a little bit loose.
Right, Kit KM now in the only Group A escort, interestingly. Blazes up to the top of the hill, looking good through the forestry as well. Is he going to make a sub 10? Oh no, he spins out and hits a 10.33 going in reverse over the finish line.
Well, I've got to see that in the replay. Look at this, he comes down, gets up on two wheels, hits the Land Rover, I think he even hit the Bronco, backs it over the line and still picks up a 10.33.
That is just insane. Kit KM putting on a show for the fans, but can you imagine what time he would have actually posted if he kept it together through the transition?
Yeah, he was absolutely giving it the beans, but what a show.
And that old style escort proving it's got plenty of life left in it. Right, Delvis Jenkins Jr. for Commotion Diecast and Pimple. Whoa, no, he's crashed! That is a huge accident.
I hope he doesn't think he can win by just jumping down to the finish line straight away. I mean, look at this. Pulls a barrel roll going up, almost gets it under control, but just loses it right at the end there. Let's just go back to that other angle for another look at him. See there, he flips over, almost gets the car back on the track, but then rolls down. Then it was the huge fall all the way down by the cow shed, almost takes out Susie, who's helping us out with the timekeeping. She leaps out of the way. Lucky for him, he's landed in the soft mud, so he'll be all right to compete in the next competition, but we're just going to take a little break while we get that cleaned up.
Be part of the action with this awesome Rally 2021 t-shirt available at chaoscanyonmerch.online. Get yours today. Welcome back, race fans. Well, Delvis Jenkins Jr. there DNFing in quite spectacular style.
Yeah, that puts him dead last, but luckily for him, he's not actually dead.
Yeah, let's just hope that was the last accident like that tonight. Harwood from Maker's Box heads up the hill, playing catch up with the leaders. Oh no, he stalls out and they hairpin.
I think he had some gearbox trouble there, mate. But that's disappointing for him. That's 2 DNFs in a row now that we've had. I hope that's not going to be a trend.
So it's vindictive now in the Honda Civic Type R.
We know the Civics are quick. Let's see if he can get to first.
Quite a good split time. He's made it further than the last two. Round the elbow, pushing hard to the finish at 10.47. That is a solid time there. It's going to put him in third place.
Yeah, it was a nice drive, but Kit KM and Big Al really laying down some fast times.
Sean Cook underway, heads through the cow shed, through the U-bend, up for a 3.5 split time. That's a good looking time so far. He's quick through the forestry, through the elbow, racing down to the finish. Is he going to do it? Oh, a 10.27. What a time.
That was a great run. He beats out Kit KM and moves into second place.
Now it's the pool guy in the Lancia Delta Integrale. 3.63 split time.
Yes, not bad. Oh, he slows right down going through the forestry section. Did anybody tell the pool guy that this is a race, not a picnic?
I don't know, mate. But he can only impress from here on out.
Yeah, I mean, the wheels were spinning, but I think the hamster's dead as he rolls into 13th place.
Now Arlo for Arlo Racing, last competitor of the evening. This car actually has suspension in it.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if it helps or hinders him.
Well, it's not looking too bad as he heads through the forestry, a little bit off pace as he heads down to the transition. Well, 10.63 time is not bad, but he is considerably off the pace there from the leader, but still puts him in 8th spot overall.
So let's have a look at the overall times. Big Al, congratulations, a 9.97 was absolutely stunning.
It absolutely was, mate. I never thought we'd see a sub 10 on here. But Sean Cook a 10.27, Kit KM 10.33. Some very tight scores there, not to mention some excellent driving.
Most of the drivers, yes. But at the bottom there, the pool guy set the bar on the ground. Delvis Jenkins Jr. and Harwood bought a shovel.
Harsh, but also pretty accurate. But can we just talk about Big Al in that ride?
Big Al with that drive was absolutely superb, and I just got to look at this drift again. Look at that. That is just the best bit of driving. Congratulations, mate. The car looks amazing, and you've obviously got it tuned to perfection because that thing was a weapon.
Speaking of weapons, Delvis Jenkins Jr.'s got a couple of weeks to work on his car before we hit the stadium track. Let's hope he can keep it together there. Alright, Thanks very much for watching. I'm Tom Spanners Watson. He's Frank the Guru Gibbs. We look forward to seeing you next week. Mate, I meant to say, congratulations on getting the Granny's Muffins sponsorship. That was awesome.
I know, mate. It didn't even cost us anything.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. What do you mean it didn't cost us anything?
I mean, she didn't charge us to put her name on everything.
You know that's not how sponsorship works, eh?
Well, I also got a free muffin.
And did you get one for me?